Mobile games. Some are pretty good, while others are, well, questionable to say the least. And today, we're going to be talking about those very bad mobile games, specifically the horror genre. One of these spooky games is Scary Killer Escape House Horror, made by Evil Clown Survival Games. Scrolling down reveals that Jason Myers is a simp. I'm so terrified. Pressing the play button leads to a pop-up that basically says, "Give me all your money." There are 7 levels, but one of them you have to pay to get, so there are actually 6. But you can only start at level 1, cause you're a noob. Chapter 1, Arrival. I'm what they call a treasure hunter. There are rumors of a haunted house at the edge of town. I hear it's full of treasure. Many hunters tried to get it, but no one came back alive. Now it's time to check it out. But why? Why would... As you start, you will have to do a tutorial which tells you how to pick up objects, use those objects, and other spooky game stuff. After that, you're on your own. As I walked into another room, I found her. The girl Jason Myers was simping over. As I walked over, I wondered what would happen if I donated to her Twitch stream. What the heck? All you have to do is walk around looking for objects, like secrets, which are cat statues. Other than cat statues, you can look for treasure and stuff to open the door with. And how do you open the door? You have to start the generator, obviously. Everybody knows that. Anyways, since the generator started, let's get... That was a close one. Anyways, let's go to the next chapter, which is called Unreal Tournament. Wait, what? Oh, come on! The game tries to be scary, but it really is not scary at all, in the slightest, not a single bit. And then there's other parts like this, which is like, what the... And in chapter 2, it's basically the same thing as chapter 1, but now, the stairs are unlocked. So, yeah. And the next game we're gonna be playing is called Freddy Scary Games, made by a Spanish turtle. And if we scroll down, we can see that Huggy Wuggy from the popular game Puppy Playtime is apparently in this game. Is this even legal? But other than that, this seems like a pretty average game. Wait, that doesn't look like Huggy. Pressing the play button leads to a menu where you can choose your difficulty, which in this game is actually kind of cool. As in the easiest difficulty, you get ads while playing the game, and in the harder difficulties, you don't. As well as getting extra quests and hidden buttons, which is the in-game currency. Which is a pretty good incentive to play the harder difficulties and a small punishment for playing the easier ones, if it worked. Hooray! I played both easy and normal mode, and there was no difference except for that in easy mode, you couldn't open a door, and in normal mode, you could.
Stupid fucking facts to make you think. What the fuck?
So there's actually lore to this game, but I'm not gonna read it all because I don't wanna. But basically, you're a little tiny toddler who is playing hide and seek with their friends, and while playing, you get kidnapped by this spooky scary monster who looks nothing like Huggy Wuggy. Speaking of spooky scary monsters, let's talk about the one in this game. Except I have a confession. This isn't the actual killer. This is. The killer is Freddy, and Puppy Playtime is just a skin.
Oh! Embarrassing!
So, why'd they use Huggy Wuggy instead of Freddy for the advertising of this game, if he isn't even the actual killer in the game? Well, to write off the success of Puppy Playtime, obviously. And this seems to have worked, as this game has over 8 million downloads.
You serious?
Which makes no sense, as this game is just a Granny clone, and if you really wanted to, just play Granny. It's the same thing, but more polished and actually kinda scary. Teddy Freddy's scary game is just a reskin of Granny but worse with zero scare factor, ads while playing no matter what difficulty you play on, a really slow tutorial, and did I mention it's literally impossible to complete. I played this game for 2.5 hours in just one session. And in just the first 30 minutes, I had completed everything except for inputting a code. Looking towards the left of the door, we find a written letter by another victim of Teddy Freddy saying the code is on a wall in a weird sewage dungeon basement. So, what's the code? I couldn't tell you, as I looked everywhere and I couldn't find the code. And this is why I played this game for over 2 hours. As I stated earlier, I completed every puzzle except for this code. And for the next 2 hours, I looked everywhere for a code that virtually didn't exist. After dying for the first time in a while, I quit, as I did nothing but look around for 2 hours. Teddy Freddy is arguably the worst game in this video, gameplay-wise, competing with the next game, which is called Deaf Evil Nun Escape School is one of the games of all time, with characters such as Police Officer and the state of Virginia. Deaf Evil Nun Escape School is so much of a game that it's not allowed to be played by human hands, as after I downloaded Deaf Evil Nun Escape School, it got deleted off the Google Play Store, not even showing up in my downloaded apps. Saying that, I will be selling my phone with this lost media for over $99,900. Actually, this game kinda sucks. I know, I am now untrustworthy, and you shall never know when I'm lying or not. But first, let's make fun of this game. After that amazing intro, we get into this title screen without a title. Pressing the play button leads to an ad. But after the ad, we get to choose our difficulty, which are Baby, Ghost, and Nightmare. I'll be playing Ghost mode as Nightmare is spooky and is not recommended for heart patients. And I am obese and have high blood pressure. After choosing our difficulty, we get an ad. But then, we get to choose the level we play on. I will play on level 1 first, as I don't want to miss any major lore.
Home is harder than you think. Size doesn't matter to you. Let's go with your family. Bye.
Huh?
Anyways, we get a small tutorial, after which we play the first level, where we read a scary note that has been written by Margaret, our beloved one, who has been killed by an evil horror clown. Wait, I thought this game was about an evil nun. Margaret tells us to leave as soon as possible, or he'll kill us to increase his evil powers. Instead of listening to our beloved one Margaret, we got to find a fuse with a red arrow pointing us where to go. Finding the fuse, we logically put it in the fuse box, where we proceed to dance in celebration, but the evil nun doesn't seem to like that. But now we suddenly need to find a knife to kill the spider. Wait, what? You're saying we've never seen a spider in this entire game, so how would we know where the spider is and why we have to kill it? Well, it's obviously the massive spider doing mischievous acts with this police officer. We've never seen before.
Who is bro?
Then we have to find a medkit to save the police officer, where he gives us a key to the library. So we obviously need to find a VHS tape, but now there are no red arrows and the nun is now actively looking for us. So it's going to be super tough. And I already died. Okay, so basically, we can't go within 20 meters of this nun, since she immediately runs after us. I must have committed several unconfessed sins, but not to worry, as she has dementia, because as soon as we leave that 20-meter radius or go into a room, she completely forgets what she's doing and walks away. After finding the VHS tape, we go into the library, finding out that there's a VHS tape player. How convenient. Playing the VHS, we see a map of Derry, but it's actually a map of the entire world. But countries like America are called kitchen and Russia being called basement. In the corner of the map, next to text saying the whole world is owned by Jason Voorhees, is a secret code. I completed everything except for inputting a code. Grabbing a box of matches, we go upstairs to enter the secret code. In the room, we find scissors, poison, and pliers. Leaving the room, we find out that the hallway isn't the same, and we must find an exit. But on the way, we find mannequins who have spilled a lot of ketchup, trying to write a secret code on the wall. Later down the hallway, we find another place to put a code, where we put the ketchup numbers. Speaking of walls, we have to find a hidden one, behind this toilet. Why? To help the state of Virginia with cleaning up the ketchup they have slipped on. Virginia disappears and turns into meat. What is going on with this game? Oh my god. And now we need to add the meat into a rat bowl. We've once again never seen before. I guess our main character, Elliot, is just an omnipotent being who knows all. When we put the meat in a rat bowl, we add poison. Then a rat watching us add the poison still eats it. Picking them up, we go to find a crowbar to pry open the soul room. Inside the soul room, we find a note from Margaret, saying she'll help us defeat the evil horror clown that doesn't exist because this is a nun game. She tells us to bring her a rat, spider, and to light some candles, freeing her soul. How convenient that we have all these things without knowing if we would ever need them in the future. The wall seems to want to give us a hand, but we put the rat and spider down on the plate and light the candles all by ourselves, supposedly freeing our beloved one's soul. We go to find a lever and we pick it up and put it on this thing to free the landowner, which would seem to be Jason Voorhees since he owns everything. But it's actually just my man Christopher. He gives us a passcode and now we need to find a basement key to exit through the basement. We didn't defeat the evil nun, but I guess we can just call the authorities. Actually, let's just nuke the place. After playing these bad games for literal hours, I had to take a break. Go outside and touch some grass. I know, spooky. You might think I was overreacting, but you must remember, I was playing these games for hours. Why does she make that weird She can get me through the door! What? And remember that these games were on the more polished side. This is probably like the most polished game out of all three. But it still sucks. It's so bad. So, need I say more? Anyways, I'll probably go play some Roblox, so expect the next video in 42 years. What? How did he get me? How? How? Oh, holy fuck!